Hello everyone, I'm Troublesome Trucks and welcome to Crash City Requested episode 182. Today's request comes from Elliot's Train World, and they requested an 8-engine free-for-all with Stanley, Neville, Duck, Donald, Douglas, Oliver, Rosie, and Proteus. It'll be the best out of 7 rounds. May the best engine win, and let's begin today's battles. Alright, here we go, starting with round 1, and we have Donald going first, then followed by Stanley. And just a reminder, this is a free-for-all, no teams, every engine is competing individually, and Donald just took out Stanley and himself and has now escaped to the back corner. We have Oliver heading out next, and he hasn't been in a Crash City episode for a while. I think we had Douglas go out and he just collided with Neville. Neville is in trouble. Looks like Neville's off the tracks. Rosie rounds it out. Oliver and Douglas fell over. We have Duck, Rosie, and Proteus, the only engines left. Rosie is pushing Duck around, and Proteus looks like he's getting close to the action. Rosie has her front wheels off. This could be bad for her. It looks like she's kind of back on. Oh, Proteus finishes her off. Duck is going around. Is there going to be a collision on the cross track? Nope, not quite. Duck is just taking it at his own pace, and Proteus is giving chase. We'll see if Proteus pushes himself off the tracks or if we'll have to go to a tiebreaker. Proteus has caught up to the back of Duck and is pushing him around. We'll see if he can manage to somehow push Duck off. Doesn't happen too often, but maybe Proteus can work his magic. But he seems to not be doing too much, but we'll see. And around the points, is there going to be any trouble? Looks like they make it around pretty well. And go back around again. I think we'll probably have to go to tiebreaker, but we'll let them come around one more time before we make that call. But Proteus is just pushing Duck, but isn't able to push Duck off or knock himself off either, so not too much is happening. So we're going to do a tiebreaker to decide who is the winner of the first round, Duck or Proteus. Alright, we have Duck on the left and Proteus on the right, and we're going to see which engine is the strongest. So 3, 2, 1 stare engines, and go. Alright, and Proteus is pushing Duck. Duck is trying to put up some resistance, but Proteus is too strong and pushes Duck off the end of the track. So Proteus won the strength contest, so he will get the point. Well done, Proteus. You are the first engine with a point on the board. Unlucky Duck, maybe next time, but Proteus takes the lead going into the second round. Let's get them reset for the next battle. Alright, and round 2 will begin with the winner of the last round, and that was Proteus. Then we have Oliver making his way out. Next up, we got Rosie. Proteus clips Oliver, but doesn't take him down. We got Douglas and Duck on his way out. Rosie is pushing Oliver as her front wheels off. Duck barely misses a collision with Douglas. Rosie falls over in the corner. Neville tries to take down Proteus, but falls over. And who was that? That was Douglas who took a fall in the back corner, I think, from pushing Oliver. 3 engines down, 5 remain. Donald is pushing Duck around. Proteus crashes into Duck. Duck and Proteus are down. Donald is pretty much out as well, but he's still half on. And we have Stanley coming around. Oliver is also on the tracks. Stanley can't get past Donald. Now we have Oliver crashing in the side of Stanley, and he's trying to finish him off, but Stanley is not wanting to tip over. So we have a standoff between Oliver and Stanley. Stanley can't get past Donald and got caught by Oliver, but Oliver just can't quite push him over. However, Oliver was the last one moving, and I don't think anyone's, I think they're all pretty stuck, so I don't think anyone's getting out of that, so I think we're just going to have to give Oliver the point for this round. So round 2 goes to Oliver. He has now 1 point, and that ties him with Proteus. Everyone else still on 0. Well done, Oliver. Let's go to round 3. And into round 3 we go. Oliver begins out the lineup. Then we have Duck. And we're going to have some more of the little Western engines. There goes Douglas next. And his twin Donald. There goes Stanley. Great Waterton, Neville. Okay, Donald collides with Stanley. Stanley is the first casualty of the round. Douglas is pushing Duck around, and now Donald is... Oh my goodness, we have a lineup of 4 engines. Oh my goodness, Duck and Donald went over. Douglas tries to change tracks, but doesn't work. On the other side, we have Neville and Rosie colliding with Proteus. Now Oliver joins the mess, and we have just a jam up. Oh my goodness, oh yeah, we got a breakthrough. Oh my goodness, Proteus and Neville fell over, and Rosie and Oliver managed to stay on the tracks for a little bit, but Rosie tipped over just a little bit after, and Oliver is still limping around. Oh, and he finally falls over. Wow, I was thinking about giving it to Oliver anyway, but now he for sure gets the point, so Oliver gets a 2nd point in a row. So Oliver, as I said, I don't think he was in a Crash City episode for a while, but now he's already got 2 points, so pretty good, 2 points in a row, and he is in the lead, so a bunch of other engines don't even have points yet, so we'll see what happens come round 4, which is inbound. And as we're entering round 4, Oliver again will go first because he got the last point again, so then we got Neville following. Rosie, Duck goes out of the gate. Everyone's still good right now. Stanley, okay, Duck collides with Neville and Rosie and falls over. Everyone else still on the tracks fine, and Douglas. So Stanley and Proteus collide, and that was Donald that went over. Douglas kind of clears the tracks, but now Proteus is blocking it. Oh, he actually makes it through the blockage. Douglas is still going all on his own, but on the other side we have Oliver, Neville, and Rosie all in the line. Oliver's still in it, so you could be looking at a 3rd point, but we will see. Douglas is racing around the tracks, and we're going to see who collides. He crashes into Rosie, and Douglas and Rosie are both off the tracks. Rosie's blocking the line, and Oliver and Neville are trying to get through, but now they're stuck. And they're trying to get past Rosie, but they're kind of blocked by Rosie, who's caught on Douglas and Duck, so I'm not quite sure if they're going to get freed up anytime soon. So we have Oliver and Neville still on the tracks. However, Neville is at the back, so I think he was probably the last one going. So unfortunately for Oliver, he won't get a 3rd point in a row, and this round I think we'll have to give to Neville. Probably the last one going, so Neville takes the point and is now on the board, so maybe he will be the one to take down Oliver. We will see. So Neville takes round 4. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, we're halfway through the competition now. This is round 5. Oliver is in the lead, but we have a couple other engines that are starting to get points on the board, so we'll see if anyone can catch up to him. We got Stanley tries to eliminate Neville, but ends up taking himself down in the process. Not too good for him. And Douglas tries to take out Rosie, but derails himself. But Rosie doesn't get by unscathed and has her front wheels off and gets fully eliminated by Donald. Oliver's heading to the cross track and gets caught on Duck and Donald. Oh my goodness, Neville and Proteus are trying to make their way through. We got a huge mess. Engines are all over the place. Oliver got caught on the side of Duck, and that's just a huge mess. We've got a lot of big collisions at the end. Not many engines are left going at the end of these, but Neville and Proteus, I think, were the last to the collision, but I think Proteus was actually the last one moving because he is behind Neville, and Neville is also partly off the track too, so take that into account as well. But I think Proteus will take this round, and that is actually his 2nd point. Now he is tied with Oliver, interestingly enough, so those two might have to have a final battle at the end. We'll see how the rest of things go, but yeah, now we got a 2-way tie for 1st place as we head into round 6. Alright, we are in the penultimate round, but the winner is still unclear. Still some room for a couple engines. Anyone could still technically win this, but chances are getting lower and lower. And who was that? Donald just got tripped up on Stanley and went down already. Got Rosie and Douglas. and Duck. Okay, Douglas and Proteus collide. Neville is also derailed. Rosie has her front wheels off. Now Duck is collided with the side of Rosie. Oliver and Stanley are still going now. Stanley gets caught on the side of Duck. We just got a huge network of engines all crammed in the center there. Oliver is the only one going right now. We'll see if he can clear up the mess. And he's caught the back of Stanley. Oh, and he's actually managed to free him. The Duck is pushed off the tracks. Rosie is still kind of derailed. Stanley's going to try and break through. Rosie's trying to recover. Stanley's trying to, as well as Oliver forces them off the tracks. And that is what a mess of engines all scattered about the place. Rosie got derailed and blocked Duck, and Stanley and Oliver got caught in it, but then they got freed up, and yeah, just a whole thing. But I think Oliver was the last one going again, so I think Oliver is going to take this round as well, and that puts him in the lead with 3 points with only 1 round left. So Oliver could take this, but we'll see if anyone can catch him in the following round. Alright, this is the last round. Oliver has 3 points, and then I think Proteus has 2, and then Neville has 1 point. So Proteus could tie, otherwise Oliver probably will have won this, but we will see. And Oliver and Douglas take out Rosie, and Douglas knocks himself off the track from pushing Oliver. Oh my goodness, Donald and Proteus just got in a major crash and blocked the tracks. Now Oliver is stuck. Neville rounds out the lineup. And now Stanley is caught and is trying to get past, but now he's caught by Neville. Duck tries to help out and now is caught on Neville as well. And we are kind of just at square one. No one's really moving. We'll do a quick zoom in. Because Neville's caught the back of Stanley, is also a little bit caught on Proteus, but Oliver is completely upended on Proteus, and then Duck is stuck as well. So we have like 3, almost 4 engines on the tracks, but none of them are moving. They're all just jammed in place. So I think it was actually Duck, the last one moving, because Neville and Stanley were caught, and then he arrived later. So I guess we're going to just have to give the final point to Duck, and that will be the end of our competition. So let's get them in the middle for a final recap and photo shoot. And the winner of this Crash City requested episode will be Oliver. He managed to get the most points out of all the engines competing, so he will take the win for today. Then we have Proteus coming up in 2nd place, and then Neville and Duck tie for 3rd. And we have Douglas, Stanley, Donald, and Rosie, who unfortunately weren't able to score any points, so yeah, there is the final scoreboard. Oliver with 3, Proteus 2, and Neville and Duck 1. So, yeah, Oliver takes today's win. So, felt this one was a little bit underwhelming, but you can let me know what you think. So, yeah, well done, Oliver, and only had 4 engines with points on the board, but there was some good crashes in there, I guess. But, yeah, so pretty much all for today. So if you have any requests or suggests for future videos, leave them in the comments below. But until next time, this is Troublesome Trucks signing out. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.